Good day to all. Today our topic is foundry. In that, how can we make a mold for stepped cone pulley? I demonstrate to you for understanding the casting processes. Initial step, which is mold making process. Myself, Dr. B. Suresh Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K. Ramakrishnan College of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Foundry, which is the factory name. In that, what we do, we can do the casting processes in foundry workshop. So that a foundry is a factory where castings are produced by melting metal, pouring liquid metal into a mold, then allowing it to solidify. So that casting processes has its own steps. In that, melting the metal is the initial step, and then pouring liquid metal into a mold is the second step, then allowing it to solidify is the third step. In that, pouring metal it into mold is the second process. Then how can we make a mold, which is the question, important question. So in mold making, the molding sand and its properties are important. Then what is molding sand, how it should be? The molding sand is a mixture of silica and 15 to 30 percentage clay with about 8 percentage of water. The combination of these things, the mixture of these things are known as molding sand. What are all the properties it should have before making a molding? Yes, it should have strength. The ability of the sand mold to hold its geometric shape under the conditions of mechanical stress is known as strength of molding sand. After that, permeability. Why we consider permeability? The ability of a sand mold to permit the escape of gases and steam during the casting process. Because of the moisture content available with the molding sand, the pouring of heated molten metal into that mold, the steam is produced. How it escaped from the molding sand? Due to this permeability property only, the molding sand, steam is escaped from molding sand. Then flowability, the capacity of the sand to fill small cavities in the pattern. High flowability creates a more precise mold and is therefore useful for detailed castings. Okay, the strength, permeability, flowability property. Okay, how the sand particles it should be, how the size? Yes, the size is to be occupy the molding box. So the size to be minimum, and then grain size, shape is also important. The molding sand has its three types of grain shapes, that rounded grain, angular grain, and subangular grains are available. Here the rounded grain sands provide a relatively poor bonding strength but good flowability and surface finish. For the reason, we may go for angular grains, which gives greater bonding strength because of interlocking but poorer flowability and permeability than rounded grain sands. Then subangular grains or the middle road, they possess better strength and lower permeability relative to rounded grains, but lower strength and better permeability than angular grains. So that different grain shapes has its own properties. We can choose the sand grain shape with respect to application of materials and application of molten metal. What is the molten metal we pouring onto that mold? From this we can choose the molding sand grain shape and size. And then collapsibility. After completing the process, the sand should be collapsing. The ability of the sand mixture to collapse under force. Greater mold collapsibility allows the metal casting to shrink freely as it solidifies without the risk of hot tearing or cracking. Then refractory strength, because we are pouring the heated molten metal, so that the mold must not melt, burn or crack as molten metal is poured into it. So the refractory strength is important. The refractory strength measures the ability of molding sand to withstand extreme heat. Reusability, the ability of molding sand to be reused after sand conditioning to produce other sand castings in subsequent manufacturing operations. So that these are all the molding sand properties are important for choosing the molding sand in molding process. And also we should consider about cohesiveness and adhesiveness of molding sand. Adhesiveness is the sticking property in between pattern and molding sand. So through the adhesiveness we can improve the adhesive properties between molding box, side wall and the molding sand, and cohesiveness is improve the sand particle strength with each other, the bonding strength of sand particles with each other, so that cohesiveness and adhesiveness property is also important in molding sand properties. And then what are all the tools we can use for making a molding sand? In that, hand rammer, strike off bar, went wire, trowel with square nose and round nose, after that draw screw, then swab, screw pins, lifter, below, shovel, riddle, and then molding box is important. In that, bottom box is known as drag and the top box is known as scope. The two boxes are combined with each other with lug. So that these are all the foundry tools we are placed for making a mold. Now we can see what are the procedures the foundry employees utilized in foundry shop. Let's see. These are all the tools available with the molding practices. In that, the operator touches the pattern. The pattern is what we need, the yield, which is replica of what is our requirement from casting process, which is split pattern. So that pattern has different types, which is split pattern, which is double pin, which is rammer, pin rammer, round rammer, pin rammer, draw spike, which is used to make a hole on shovel, lifter, screw pins, runner and riser, dowel pin for removing the pattern from molding sand, strike off draw spike, and then which is drag box, which is scope box. Yes, sand preparation is carried out by the operator. Initially, the operator tries to flowability of sand particles into molding box so that he reduce the size of the molding sand and maintain the uniformity of the sand particles. Now he mixture the 30% of water it into sand and clay mixture. He mixed the sand with each other for getting the proper mixture of 30% of water and 5% of clay with a balanced percentage of sand particles. Yes, he may add water, molding sand. They similarly tries to increase the flowability with the uniform grain size and the grain shape of the sand particles. Yes, now he checked the molding strength with manually. There is a permeability checker, strength checker, moisture content evaluator of the instruments are also available in foundry shop. Now the operator match the cope box and the drag box with each other. The drag box is bottom box, cope box is the top box. The next step, the cope box is removed from the pattern plate, base plate. In that he locate the drag box. Initially we apply the parting sand because the sand particles may sticking with each other of drag box sand particle and cope box drag particle. For avoiding this, the parting sand is applied between the intermittent area. Yes, initially parting sand is applied. Parting sand may be a coke powder. Yes, after that the pattern is a replica of final yield. He placed the pattern into the drag box, the center of drag box. Now they plan to pour the sand particles into mold cavity with the pattern. mold box. Okay, now they started the pouring of molding sand into molding box for making a mold cavity. It is flowability. The flowability of sand particles is good, means which can occupy the corner of the molding box easily. So the sand particle properties, consideration of molding sand properties is important, which is pin rammer. From this we can improve the strength of the molding sand. They ensure the compactness. Yes. The pin rammer is used to strengthen the area of molding box wall and sand particles. Yes, the operator took up the round rammer for intermittent area molding sand compactness maintenance. He tries to maintain the intermittent area sand particles compactness with the round rammer. Likewise, it may take some more time for making a very good compactness of sand particles with each other. Yes, the compactness is ensured with the ramming action. Now the scratches are introduced in poured molding sand because of improve the bonding strength between the next layer application of molding sand it into molding box. Yes, ramming operation is continued. The pouring of molding sand it into molding box with the flowability property of molding sand. Now you may aware about why we need a pin rammer, why we need a round rammer in molding operation. Yes, it consumes some more time. For the reason nowadays machine molding machines also utilized for packing the sand particles it into go bags and drag box for mass production. Normal foundry are utilized manual sand filling process. The machine molding also utilized. The machine molding is utilized for packing the sand particles it into molding box for mass production. Now you may aware about how do we fill the sand particles into molding box. These are all the applications of rammers utilized in casting processes. Now The operator places strike of bar, which is shovel. Yes, that's the final step of ramming operation. Yes. Now the operator lifted strike of bar for planning the molding box surfaces. Strike of bar is used to plan the molding box surfaces and flatten the molding box surfaces, which is strike of bar. The tool is strike of bar. With the aid of strike of bar, we can maintain the flatness of yes. The operator completes the drag box compactness. First step is place the pattern inside of drag box. After that, they are filling the molding sand the drag box. Yes. Likewise, we may the drag box. Now you may see the pattern location in drag box. What is the next step? What will be by yes, the application of parting sand, which reduces the cohesiveness of sand particles from cope box and the drag box. Yes, now the operator places the cope box on drag box. Yes, which is placement, cope box placement. Now the operator took the screw pin. The two pins, one is screw pin, another one is riser. Screw pin means runner. Screw pin is also called as runner. Riser, another one is riser. Runner is used to pour the molten metal, and the runner is used to check the levels of molten metal, pour it into the mold cavity. So the two pins are important. One is screw pin, another one is riser, runner and the riser. Now the molding sand filled up on cope box also possible. Likewise, you may fix the place of runner and riser within the cope box. After fixing the places of screw pins, you may go to next step, which is pouring of molding sand it into cope box. Now you can see the flowability of sand particles. Again, the pin rammer is used to ramming the side walls of the molding box. From this ramming production, we can improve the compactness and the strength of the molding sand inside the molding box. Now the round rammer is used to intermittent sand particles compactness. Now you may see the runner riser location. Why we utilize cope box for placing the runner and the riser on pattern? Yes, the operator makes very good compactness of molding sand on cope box. Now the sand filling operation is completed on cope box. Yes, the next step I think the removal of screw pins. Yes, the operator lifts, took the lifter. He tries to create the screw basin because which is the runner. The runner place is used to pour the molten metal it into mold cavity. So he introduces the pouring basin on screw pin with the aid of gate cutter or lifter. Now he makes the screw basin. From this screw basin, we can reduce the kinematic velocity of pouring molten metal. We can improve the flowability of molten metal into mold cavity. We can avoid the kinematic flow of molten metal into the molding through this kind of basin. Yes. Now the screw basin cutting operation is completed. In the area only we can pour the molten metal. For the reason operator take a huge time on this preparation of a screw basin. The molten metal is prepared with the cupola furnace, electrical arc furnace. By the aid of these kind of furnaces, we can melt the metal. Now the operator tries to make a holes. Why these holes? Already the molding sand has moisture content. If I pour the heated molten metal means that moisture content is converted into steam. How the steam is escaped from molding sand means because of permeability of molding sand the produced steam or flue gas is escaped, but the vent holes are important for collecting the flue gases or steams from molding sand permeability property. Through this vent hole only the steam or escaped, steam or flue gas are escaped from the molding area. So the proper introduction of vent hole is important. Now the operator tries to remove the runner pin which is a screw pin. Now the screw pin is removed. Now the riser pin is also removed from molding box. Yes. Now we can see clearly the runner hole and the riser hole. In industry also they are following the same step for making a mold. Yes, the cope box operation is completed with the vent hole production. Now you can see clearly where is runner hole, where is riser hole, where is vent holes. Likewise, after completing this step, we can remove the cope box from the molding box setup. Now you can clearly see the drop box top face. Yes. Now what is the next step? You can see. Yes, the pattern is located on drag box. How can we remove this pattern? Yes, there is drop in that they are clamping the drop in on pattern top face. For example, you consider what are all the allowances I produced on the pattern, because now the pattern may be shaked, so the final part may be affected, so that I can give the shaking allowance on pattern itself, and also after pouring the molten metal the shrinkage allowance, so I can adopt the shaking allowance, shrinkage allowance on the pattern. The pattern making procedure is also different. With it, for considering these elements into pattern, we can maximize the surface of the pattern. Now the pattern is removed from the molding box. Now we can clearly see the mold cavity on a drag box, which is a mold cavity. In that mold cavity only we can pour the molten metal. Already I shown you a riser, runner location. In that, how can we fill the material into mold cavity? Means now the gate cutter is used to produce the gate on molding box. Now the operator tries to cut the gate. The molten metal is poured it into screw pin hole. The molten metal directly enters it into the drag box, but not with the mold cavity, because the higher velocity of molten metal makes erosion inside of a mold cavity. For avoiding this erosion process and the collapsibility of a pattern mold cavity, we can introduce the screw pin hole on the nearby place of mold cavity. Now the gate cutting operation is started. Because of molten metal pouring on screw pin, it occupies some nearby place of mold cavity in drag box. After filling up of gate, the molten metal enters into the mold cavity through this pathway. So the gate cutting is also one of the important processes in molding operation. Now the screw pin basin and gateway is prepared with the gate cutter. Yes, the gate cutting operation is completed. Now the molten metal is poured it into the mold screw pin. After getting it into the mold basin, it transferred to the mold cavity. Now the cope box is placed on the drag box again. After removing the pattern, the mold cope box is placed on the drag box. Yes, the molding box is ready now. There is screw basin, riser hole available on the top surface of the cope box. You can see clearly. Now the operator tries to give you an example with the pouring of more sand on screw pin hole. Likewise, you may pour the molten metal into that. Yes, now you can see what the operator pour the molding sand into screw pin, that fill up the pouring basin inside the cope box. Now you can pour the molten metal with the runner setup. The molten metal enters into the mold cavity. After that, the final shape we can get through this molding box. So molding box making is one of the important process available with the metal casting processes. Now you may aware about how do we make the molding box setup in metal casting process. Finally, the mold for sand casting. Here what we make the mold cavity with the aid of pattern. After that, pouring cup which is used to pour the molten metal it into mold cavity, so which is called as a sprue hole. Now you may aware about how do we make the sprue pin hole, which is runner. After runner, the mold cavity is filled with molten metal. During the time of pouring molten metal, there is steam is produced. The steam is escaped from gas vent. Riser is used to visualize the molten metal fill up in mold cavity, and also we can supply the extra metal. Due to the solidification process, the mold cavity may get the shrinkage. For avoiding the shrinkage, we can supply the molten metal from the riser hole. This can also be possible with the molding process. Thank you all.